On the air from coast to coast, Mark Daniels, Artist Spotlight.
Good evening and welcome to Artist Spotlight, and I'm your host, Mark Daniels. Well, tonight I have the pleasure of speaking with Korean music artist and musician Rosalyn Song. Rosalyn Song is a Korean indie rock and synth pop artist who's known for her expressive vocals, melodic songwriting, and unique blend of emotional storytelling. Rosalyn Song's work often explores themes of self-discovery, individuality, and the intersection of sound and color, a concept she describes as synth nostalgia. Her debut album, titled Psych Technography, features the title track Ultraviolet, which she describes as the frequency beyond the visible. And she also has been in the music industry 17 years. She's also known for her dynamic live shows, such as her performance at Club Freebird in Seoul, where she showcased her signature blend of heartfelt melodies and powerful energy. Now, Rosalyn just released her latest song titled Love Virus, which I'll be playing later on in tonight's show. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome Rosalyn Song to Artist Spotlight. Now, Rosalyn, I'd like to start off our conversation tonight, if I may, by taking you all the way back to the very beginning. What made you say that out of all the things that you could do in life, that a career in music was the path you wanted to walk?
So I actually worked in photography and visual art for a decade. And one day, I think that flat image doesn't really carry all my ideas and my emotions at all. So it wasn't really enough for me. So I started making moving images, which is videos, and then I started to making my own music for them. That was like 2020. And then I was like, oh, maybe this fits me better than visual artist. So I released my first song in 2021. It's called Surfer Girl. It's a bossa nova track. Then in 2024, I started to do a performance for the first time in my life. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should keep doing this because this is much better and I can express more. Mm-hmm. I feel free.
When you think back to the very first time you performed live.
Oh, it was terrible. It was really bad. I at the time I didn't know I could sing. I mean, people say I'm a good singer now, but before I didn't even know how to make sounds with my vocal. And then I was very nervous at the time. But it was okay. I had fun.
Yeah. What's interesting is you did not grow up singing constantly. So it wasn't like, 3 or 4 years old, I was already singing. You were already on a different path in your life. Suddenly you discover maybe what might be considered a God-given gift, for lack of a better way to say that. Because, again, I can give the example. I can't sing. I know for a fact if I try to record a song or if I perform live, the whole world knows I can't sing. But for you put yourself out there to not only go into the studio to record a song, but then you take another risk to perform live. And I think during that process, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you discovered that you have a talent, you have a gift.
I think so.
Yeah.
I thought, maybe I can sing, but I don't know how to deal with people in the room because I was a very shy person. I'm still a shy person. And for the first time I was singing in front of people, it was like a really vulnerable moment. I just wanted to hide. But at the same time, I can sing.
Mm-hmm. When you feel that, gosh, I want to give this a shot and actually do this, you had to have fear, I would assume. You would have to have nervousness. And is there something that you told yourself to give you the strength to be able to step out in front of people and make yourself, in a sense, vulnerable? You're expressing yourself and what you're trying to share with the song, but at the other side of the coin, you're making yourself very vulnerable. Is there anything that you told yourself or that inspired you to say, you know what, this is what I want to do.
As a artist, visual artist who does photography and videos, and I know there should be some like footages that I can edit and do some delete and copy and paste and all these things, and I have to make an output out of it, right? Yes. So my mind was like, okay, let's at least make a 1 or 30 seconds of video of today's performance. So let's not make nervous face at all. That was what I was telling myself. But at the same time, I always have this thinking that I'm not a famous artist now, but I know I'm a star. I will be a star. Today is just the beginning of me become a star.
The one thing that you've probably discovered, and if not, you will discover, is that there's never an end to the journey as a music artist. Some people talk about once you reach the top of the mountain, right? But really, in reality, it's always the next thing to do. The next, the next, the next. So when you look at it in that sense, it's an ongoing journey. I love what you said when you said, I'm a star, because you already are. Your music, and again, when I listen to your music, it took me on a journey. And for me, that's everything. If an artist can make me feel something, if an artist can take me on an emotional journey through their lyrics and how they emotionally deliver them, or how they compose the song, if you can do that and touch my life, you're already a star. Whether it's 10 people watching your show or 10,000. And the beautiful thing that you've probably already discovered is that music is so beautiful because it can touch people's lives. If someone is down, if they're sad, if they're heartbroken, they can listen to your song, listen to your lyrics and say, you know what? I needed to hear this today. If somebody needs to celebrate and dance, like off of Love Virus, your latest release, they have something that they can relate to and feel the vibe and celebrate. And if what you do touches people's lives, if it inspires them, if it moves them, if it consoles them, your gift is already making a difference in the world.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah. No, it's
no one
it's
actually
true.
told me that in my life, except my friend. He's my guitarist and he's a producer, and we work together. That's what he told me, and he wants to put a lot of efforts to make music together with me. So, wow, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. But it's important for you to hear that because you're so invested emotionally in creating. You'll find that people will come up to you and say, thank you. Thank you for that song. You may hear that.
Oh, actually, yes, I do. After the performance, one of the audience or the band who shared the stage with me at the time, they come to me and say they were very touched and they almost cried after they listened to my song, especially Night on Mars and Mysterious Eyes and things. That was very, I almost cried actually. I'm getting too emotional now.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
한 거리 걷다 나를 알아보는 누군가를 기다려보고 널 닮은 다른 이름라고 떠나고 이전에 내 모습은 사라지고 다른 얼굴에 너라 해도 I know you I've been waiting for you for a long time. Do you remember me? I wanna dance with you under neon suns before sunrise. 'Cause it's my 속에서 유리처럼 빛나는 내 목소리 so obvious 외로운 이 밤을 삼켜버리고 날 향해 다가오는 이 느낌 숨죽여 걷던 시간 끝에서 너의 빛이 내게 말을 걸어 Breaking through the night 조금 더 꿈의 눈물을 빛이 내려 잊혀진 너를 안고서 Screaming out the night 고요히 동요하는 내 눈동자에 나를 담고 Searching for your soul tonight I've been wondering for long enough Try to tell myself Oh, it was my own choice Maybe one day you will recognize The truth is always dangerous So believe in what you feel inside No one ever understands me 낯선 만큼 멀어지는 느낌 I'm on my way back to the light 너의 빛이 내게 말을 걸어 Breaking through the night 조금 더 꿈의 눈물을 빛이 내려 잊혀진 너를 안고서 Screaming out the night 고요히 동요하는 내 눈동자에 나를 담고 Searching for your soul tonight 조금 더 꿈의 눈물을 빛이 내려 잊혀진 너를 안고서 Screaming out the night 고요히 동요하는 내 눈동자에 나를 담고 Searching for your soul tonight
That was a song titled Mysterious Eyes. And before that, another song that you just talked about, Night on Mars. Now, Rosalyn, as I mentioned to you a moment ago, the reason why it's so important what you do is because not everyone can do that, right? And we all have to have a purpose for life, for being here.
Yes.
And you discovered your purpose. And you found a vehicle to take your emotions, your life experiences, everything that's inside your heart, and put it into a beautiful song, and then share it with the world. Here's my heart, here's my soul. I'm giving it to the world, and then it goes out. It touches people in different ways. And you may never hear, you may not always hear that it's motivated somebody, it's inspired somebody, it's consoled somebody. You may never get that feedback. But that's your purpose. Again, you're a brave woman and a strong woman because this is not easy. When you reflect on your formation as an artist, how would you describe your style of music and yourself as a music artist? How would you describe it?
Oh, actually, my musical taste is a little bit different from other Korean independent artists because it is so funny that because I was growing up by listening music from Detroit a lot, like Marvin Gaye, Woody Man. Rhythm is Rhythm, you know the song. Rhythm is Rhythm is like 80s and 90s.
Yes.
Like for very first techno music from Detroit. And I'm like more like a techno and house girl.
How is your creative process when you write music to record?
Oh, it's a little different from what other people do. because usually they write drums and bass first, but I picture scene first. The weather, the emotions, the air, and the mood, or like a conversations they or anyone in the scene might have in the situation. And then I create a color palette out of it. It's very hard to describe it, but this is the only way I can say. So once I have the colors in my head, then I lay down the synth pads first to build the whole atmosphere. Then I add a bit that fits the word. And then I write lyrics and melodies at the same time. So it was more like I will say me writing music is almost like taking a picture with sound.
It's interesting that you say that because when I listen to your music, okay, typically my listening process is I close my eyes.
Yes.
And when I listen to your music is that you paint a picture in my mind. You allow me to experience emotions through your vocal delivery. The instrumentation, the music, is like it wraps your vocals in like a hug, in a sense. It complements it, and it allows me to really feel the emotion when you combine all those components together. And so it paints a very beautiful painting in my mind. And again, that's what resonated with me about you as a musical artist. There's many artists out there that something can be driven, but I don't feel, it doesn't connect with me. If I see you perform live, let's say I'm in Korea and you perform at a live event, if you ask me afterwards, Mark, how did I do? Did I do good? And I'll say, you know what? I was watching you, but I was watching the audience. Because for me, it's such a joy when I see that how your music connects with other people. How does it touch them, and how does it move them? Are they connecting with you? Are they connecting with the song and the delivery? And you talk about your creative process as a painting, but that painting that you put on the canvas, once it enters my ears, I can see it. I see the painting that you painted. I may interpret it different. I may see a little bit of different colors, but I'm going to see a painting, you know,
Nice.
and yeah, so it works.
Yeah.
You said it right there. What you do in your creative process works,
Oh,
you know, yes.
I'm so happy to hear that. Finally. Yay.
Yeah. So you when you write your music, what areas of inspiration do you look into self to find the inspiration for the music, your own life experiences, or is it others? I noticed that your music is infused with nature.
Right. But it's a very personal story actually I want to talk about. I'm like a person like Lady Gaga, you know, like I can see colors and then I smell. I can see music actually, and I can hear colors and I smell colors as well. It's called synesthesia. It's a neurological phenomenon that it wires all together and it works at the same time. So my daily life is really strange. It's just a very unrealistic. For example, like the reason I like Marvin Gaye is because his voice is very clear pink. And then I can see the color of a very clear and crystal clear sapphire spectrum from techno music. And like every time I walk around and I see a motorcycle, then I also see a patterns of the motorcycle's sound, like woo.
Yes. Yeah. The vibrations and the energy that's coming off the motorcycle, you see it as colors.
Yes. Colors and patterns. The colors become sound and sound becomes color, so it's all connected. So me taking pictures is almost like me writing music at the same time. So there's no difference at all to me. Do
you see colors in people?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Okay.
I do. Yes.
Okay.
So some people say I'm from like some other dimension, like fourth, fifth dimension. But maybe I am an alien.
Could be.
So Yes,
do you
so I
see?
studied so much about myself. I studied like Chinese astrology and all these things to understand who I am. That experience actually gave me a lot of inspiration for me to see everyday life a little bit maybe deeper than just normal perspective. Like you actually think more than once if you understand this
Yes.
Chinese astrology and all these things.
I
Yeah,
will-
so I have more things to talk about and I can resonate with nature and stuff and something like non-verbal things, and everything becomes music to me.
Going back to what you were saying a moment ago about being in another dimension, that brings up another point that just popped in my head when I watch your music videos, and I encourage everybody to watch your videos. And I do want to ask this: do you have a big say-so in how the music video is created and how it winds up looking to the viewer?
Do everything. I do editing and shooting and color correction and everything.
Visually, I can see how you've taken your studies and your dive into self to see who you really are. Am I from another dimension? Am I a space alien? Am I on a different level than maybe other people? You've taken that and you've infused that into your music videos. The distortion, the angles, and the colors that you use, and again, the sense of nature. It's very unique, I think, to a casual viewer who's used to everything being just on one plane and everything's hitting you all at once, with different visuals, but you do it differently.
Yes, a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't know I was doing differently.
Your latest song, you have a song that you called Love Iris, which you released end of July.
Right.
And again, I've been listening to a lot of your music. I really did a deep dive into you and your music, and that's a song I've been listening to a lot lately. And I probably scared a few people if they saw me dancing to it, but your words are very poetic and very deep. And something that resonated with me that I wanted to share with you that touched me, you described that song as those unexposed moments that you try so hard to hide. It's a long detour through the frames of others, finally leading back to where you belong.
Yes.
It stayed with me. You're a very deep thinker, and it shows in your
think too much. So going back to synesthesia thing, I was growing up, no one really believed me. And I was a liar in my family, a liar in the neighborhood, liar in my class. And everyone thought I was like crying for attention, but which is not true. I was telling the facts. My parents told me not to say that, not to mention that ever again anywhere. So I just didn't know what to do with my everyday life. I didn't know how to deal with it. And a lot of times people say it is not real. So for a long time, I also doubted myself. And in the end, I just hated that part of me. So I was acting normal. Like normal means like not having that kind of experience at all. And then that hurts me more than what other people say about me because self-hate is really destroys your life. It's a lot of times bad thing really happens because I said bad things about me. I meet bad people. I didn't really meet bad people, but it's just very negative people, And then negative people say negative things, and that makes me to think negative about myself. But at the same time, that pain became my fuel, and I started making art about my own story. That was 2009. I started as a photographer, and I've been doing that for about 17 years now as a musician. I'm a musician now.
Yeah.
And it was never easy, especially in Korea, and they feel very uncomfortable with very personal stories being openly explored through art, and even in an everyday conversational thing. So when I was making visual art, I didn't have any friends. No one really associated or understood what I was doing, even my family too. So, and then living in the States, it was the same thing. Like I was outsider. And then after I came back to Korea, I'm still an outsider too. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be an outsider. And then this is my life. I accepted it. But I feel very lonely. And then I started to doing music. Still feel a very, 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 very lonely because Korean indie scene is like it's more centered around like band music, you know, like drum, bass, guitar, and vocal, that kind of classic shape. But I'm like a solo electronic music artist, and then no one knows what I'm doing. They don't really understand the music I write because it doesn't really sound like Korean music too. So I don't quite belong anywhere. And then I'm going back to synesthesia, and then I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm not really from this planet. I'm from like somewhere else. So, okay, I don't care what other people think. I will think I am an alien. So I'm an alien. And my home planet is maybe not here, maybe somewhere over there.
Yeah.
So that was my realization. So that's how Love Virus came out. Can you associate?
Yes, I can. I can. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because the most important thing on your journey in your life is accepting that you're unique, you're different, you're special. Okay. And you don't fit into a box that people like to categorize or say one thing or another. What's beautiful about you, you embrace yourself. You love yourself.
Yes.
If a person doesn't love themselves, if they don't try to dig into self and try to understand what makes them special, it's hard to appreciate what's around you. You're a photographer. You always will be. But now you photograph the colors that others cannot see.
Yes.
And you present it in a way that they can discover something that they've never experienced before. You channel things that others cannot see, maybe not even hear, but you take your uniqueness, the things that make you special, and you create something beautiful from that, and you hand it out to everybody. You've accepted your individuality, your very essence, that spark, that light that you possess, and you share it with the world. If people say, oh, you're different, or I can't relate to you, you turn that potentially negative feeling and you embraced it and said, yeah, you're right. Yes. I am different. Yes. And I'm celebrating that because I am different and I have something special that I want to give back.
Yes, it took 17 years for me to think like that.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. In a sense, for many years, you were walking around as the lonely alien.
Yes.
But
I'm not really lonely anymore.
No, because you know what? That lonely alien was really a beautiful spirit, right? With something very, very special inside. And instead of keeping it to yourself, you're actually a loving alien. Just giving out, whether it was you taking photographs and pictures, now you're doing it musically. And guess what? You attract all the other lonely aliens.
Are you an alien too?
I probably am. Yeah, because it's I can relate because it's a very lonely journey if you look at it from a human standpoint. And, you know, people will question all day long, Mark, why are you doing this? I can even tell you, there was a time I wanted to give up. And I got out of radio. I gave up for a while. But again, when you realize that there's something special, something different about you, you have to go into self. You have to first love yourself. You have to embrace yourself. You have to understand what makes you unique and special. And then once you understand that, then that gives you purpose. Then you understand what your true purpose is, which you did. And you still are. You're still discovering through research and questioning and wondering and exploring. You have discovered all the things that make you who you are, that make you different, unique, special, beautiful. You're a shining spark. You're like the sun in a dark night, because guess what? The night may be dark and there's stars or the moon, but you're the sun that rises and brings light to the world.
That's what my Chinese astrology sign told me.
That's it. What you do is important. What you do matters. By doing everything, you're now attracting other aliens that say, you know what? Thank you. You are an inspiration because you could have quit. You could have given up. You could have accepted the mold that people tried to put you in, but you rose up. You stood up and you said, no, I want to explore who I am. Why am I here? Who am I? And once you realize that you're special and you discover the things that make you special, you were strong enough to say, okay, and I'm going to put it out to the world. So again, I compliment you because it's important that you hear these things and understand that it's what you do is seen, what you do is heard, what you do matters. And you're a very strong woman for being able to stand up and do that because too many people don't.
Yeah.
And you did. You should be very, very proud of yourself. And every night you put your head on the pillow, I want you to be proud. I want you to celebrate yourself. I want you to celebrate the gifts that you have that make this planet a brighter planet. Because wherever you came from has to be a place that was shining. It was filled with so much nature and emotion and colors, and you've brought it here and you're sharing it with the world. So every night when you go to bed, no matter what trials or challenges you face, smile, because it's someone like you that brings the brightness and the sunshine and the warmth and the colors to what's sometimes a very dark place.
Wow, you know how to talk to me. Thank you so much for saying all these words. I mean, I really wanted to hear that from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
When growing up, you did not have the understanding from friends and family. So you faced a challenge right away. They weren't there. Now, on your musical journey, when you look back, what other challenges have you as an independent artist, especially in Korea?
Especially in Korea.
Yeah, because what challenges have you faced, and what did you tell yourself to overcome those trials and challenges as an artist? When you look back and you're self-reflecting and you're starting to explore and try to understand yourself and who you are, how did you deal with challenges, especially in the music industry? Because in Korea, it's very conservative.
Yes.
As we've talked about, how do you overcome those challenges to keep pushing yourself, keep motivating yourself?
Well, for a long time, I've been fighting against all my, I would say enemies, but I'm not sure how to call them, but who doesn't really understand me. But I think they're enemies because they really didn't like me a lot of times. So being hated is not a new thing for me. So I didn't really care about what other people say about my music and my performance, my music videos. And they even think that I'm like a too Japanese-like music, you know? But I don't think that's Japanese music at all. It's more like, maybe if it sounds like city pop, and it's not really city pop, I will say it's the AOR from 80s, from the States.
Mm-hmm.
So that details I always have to deal with. And they think I'm too, westernized. So they want me to have a specific look that someone who lived in the States for a long time, then I have to, put a makeup on, just like, like one of those, sexy kind of thing. Or I have to hide my age. But I'm proud of my age. It's not something that I have to hide. But everyone, not really everyone. Some people say I have to lie about my age if I become more successful. But I disagree. I can't lie, because if I can lie, I will never study about myself, So, and it's not really challenging, because my life, it was always challenging. It's been always challenging. It was very difficult. So dealing with like music industry people, like they like giving me like bad feedbacks and all these attitudes, I think I don't really care. I don't really give up.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe you're right. I'm a very strong person.
You are.
Yes.
You bring up something that people do. By human standards, I'm old, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they say I'm 56. So, but I don't count time. I don't count time. I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me how many times the Earth goes around the sun, because if you stick me on Saturn, my age is going to be different.
Right.
But if you're universal, if you're ethereal, which it doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. And that's why I say if you have past challenges or past negativity, past is past. It's right now, and it's your future.
Right.
That's why for me, if you have a day where you want to cry, you feel sad or you feel down for whatever reason, or you feel lonely or frustrated, find something in the day to smile about, something to celebrate, and always keep your eyes open to the beautiful things that come into the world. This conversation is beautiful. This conversation, no matter if somebody hits me over the head with a sledgehammer, it doesn't matter. Having a moment to share emotional thoughts and feelings and experiences with, a beautiful spirit such as yourself brings purpose to life and makes life beautiful. And so when people try to put you in a box and say, oh, you have to look a certain way, or we want you to be sexy, we want you to have more makeup, or we want you to present the song in a certain way. No, because that's not who you are. And by doing that, you've compromised what makes you special. Never compromise who you are, what you're trying to share with the world, the things that make you shine. Never let anybody try to dim that light.
Nope.
Yeah. And again, that gave you the armor to be able to say no and to say, this is who I am. This is how I look. Like Lady Gaga, you gave that example a moment ago. She's gone through a lot of challenges in the past, and yet she's able to express herself and what she feels is her authenticity with no apology. Scars and all. You know,
Right.
she's going to express that, and you do the same. In the studio, maybe you can share with me, how does that process work? How did you make that creative process flow to be able to take what was inside and then record it? I mean,
Okay. I'm like I have a studio at home, so I didn't really rent someone else's studio for
Mhm.
recording and composition at all. I
Okay.
did it home, so I was very comfortable what I was doing. So nothing was really new, and then nothing really made me feel uncomfortable. I trained myself as an artist for like 17 years, so it was like a habit for me to write songs and recording and do stuffs. And then as for music video, my production is really small. I actually use iPhone. I'm using iPhone 15 Pro, and then there's no monitors and all these gears. It's so fancy, and I'm a struggling artist, so I only use this cell phone. And then when I need a shot or footages with someone else's dancing or moving around, then I take pictures of them. But when the scene that I need myself in it, then I flip the lens around and started taking selfies. It's very simple. Yeah.
but it's organic.
Oh yes, it is very organic. And then I try to not to look so like low budget music videos. So I do care about like editing and so.
Okay. By you handling it yourself, instead of hiring a big budget team to put the video together and relying on others, do you see how you made it an extension of your essence, and you put your emotions, your essence, your visuals, your colors into the videos to allow someone like myself to not only go on a journey listening to your music by closing my eyes, but actually visually see the painting as you interpret it. And sometimes the simplest ways are the most beautiful.
Oh yes, it's true. I actually learned that from visual art.
Mhm.
Like using fancy gears doesn't mean really anything. Like it doesn't really mean I make great art. Great art comes from the true heart, and you have to understand who you are. That was my realization. So I do that with music.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
When you look ahead, what are your future plans and goals?
Let me see. I'm actually thinking about like writing new single maybe at the end of this year, trying something a little bit different. I was listening to Madonna's newest album, and it was all house and techno.
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to do it very badly, but in Korea. But recently, the trend is changing into techno and more heavy dance music.
Yeah.
But before it was like, who listens to techno, right? So I actually chose to do some retro stuff. So it was more my strategy to get ahead. And then I want people to listen my music easily a little bit, because the concept is a little bit confusing and complicated. So I wanted to write good songs, like really good, comfortable, and easy listening music. And this time I kind of stopped doing what I was doing before. Like I don't really want to talk about my personal stuffs a lot, but maybe looking outward and exploring a wider world. And then I make something simple and easy, trendy music. I want to do it this time. So
Yeah.
maybe like a more dance music, but house and techno music kind of feeling. Yeah. So I still can't believe that Ultraviolet. Okay, it was okay. The result was pretty okay. It
Yes, it
was
was.
like exposing my name better than before. So I believe that my career is expanding in a new direction, I think. And then I got this interview too. You discovered me too.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Because your light was shining bright.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I'm the sun.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I think before I was a little bit more amateurish. I think like in a way to present my visuals and then like marketing promotion strategy, it was very amateurish. But I'm an artist. I don't know how to do that, but I had to do it. because no one is doing it for me. So I'm creating brand new visual and concept for my upcoming single. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but I'm going to be more like a I don't know, more alien like visual.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. You have to express yourself. That's your truth.
Yes. I don't really care about what other people think. I'm a boss in my world.
Yes.
And I don't need to explain about my, things, synesthesia things. I see my music. Yeah, I see it and I can taste my music. Then you gotta believe that. So I don't really want to explain that anymore.
Never explain what makes you special.
Yes. So I'm not going to be a good person in my work. I'm going to be a badass.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can't be a badass. I don't have an ass, so I can't.
Oh, I have
Just kidding. Okay.
Yes. So that was my plan.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a moment ago that your friend, he works with you, I think with some of the guitar work, but does he help you? He's a producer too. So does he produce your music, or do you have input, or do you know how to produce music yourself?
Yes, I do. I actually write the entire production. But he helps me with some changes. Mm-hmm. Like he was working as a guitarist in Korea for 20 years in Korean major music industry. So he knows more about writing songs that can actually sound not so amateurish. Mm-hmm. And then he tells me what to do, like when it comes to choosing instruments. How about you use newer instruments rather than using vintage instruments? And he makes all these suggestions. And then, he's very helpful a lot of times. So, and then I can actually trust him very much. His name is Simon.
Yes. Your story, as I've said many times already, is very inspiring. To me, it's a very beautiful story. It really is. I want to ask you, because I think so many people can benefit from your words. What advice do you have for other independent artists who are struggling or who feel alone in their journey? What advice would you give them that's worked for you, maybe, or maybe that can inspire them to pick themselves up when they feel down or frustrated, or they faced a setback or a challenge in their own musical journey?
Yes, actually, I want to say something. I think that's very helpful for their soul, I think. Where is it? That message is actually I've been telling myself every time I want to give up. Recently, I wanted to give up recently. It was a very bad time because, living as an artist is always hard. It's not so easy, that. And always running out of, budget. And that actually, that's the most difficult part in your life because, you want to do a lot of things. You want to go on a travel and buying nice things and buying new microphones, but which I can't because of the, bad situation. But, so I used to censor myself a lot all the time. I was am I oversharing? For example, my experience in synesthesia. So what? Nobody wants to hear that thing. But you know what? At the same time, who really cares about what they think? But every time I hear that thing, I had a mental damage, of course, because I'm a human being. But I wanted to tell people that you are the one who can save yourself. So I realized I had to face my own vulnerability first. So even right now, I am still wonder, am I really doing okay? But you said it's okay, and I think it's okay. And then whenever I realize that my own healing has brought comfort to someone else, I always telling myself I did good. So whenever you feel vulnerable and you're getting mental damages from someone else's comments, just forget about it. they don't mean anything to you, just keep going and time will come to you, the right time and the right people, right moment is waiting for you. So don't never give up.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
That resonates with me. Yeah.
Yes. Your moment to shine will come. Definitely, for sure. We're all special.
That was Ultraviolet from your debut album titled Psytechnography, which, as you mentioned, was one of the first songs that really did very, very well and drew more attention to you. Now, Rosalyn, where can people go to find your social media links and learn more about you and discover your music?
Oh, you can buy music on all the major platforms, like streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and Amazon Music, and more. And definitely follow my journey on Instagram. It's Rosalyn Song. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Yes. Rosalyn Song Official.
Yes, I love that. Rosalyn Song, it's really been a true pleasure, to talk with you tonight.
Likewise.
And for me, I'm looking forward to your new project. I'm still celebrating the music that you put out and enjoying it and enjoying the paintings that you put in my heart and in my mind. I'm really hoping to have the opportunity to see you even perform live. I
Yes.
would love that, and
Yeah,
so
I hope so too. That would be great.
Yeah, and thank you so very much for speaking with me here on Artist Spotlight.
Nice. Thank you for having me here. It was very pleasure.
You've been listening to Artist Spotlight, and I'm your host, Mark Daniels. Well, I hope you enjoyed my conversation tonight with Korean music artist and songwriter Rosalyn Song. And I must say, speaking with Rosalyn was inspiring and very enlightening. Now remember, you can find Rosalyn's music and follow her journey by going to her Instagram page, Rosalyn Song, and that's spelled ROSALYN Song. And you'll find all of Rosalyn's social media links to Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Now tune in next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my conversation with Morris Mills. Morris is an artist whose music knows no limitations. He blends soul, rock, and funk, and he makes it all his own. We'll be talking about his musical journey and about his upcoming album titled Lavender Dreams, which will be released in September. And who knows, I may even play a couple of tracks from his latest album. So tune in for my conversation with Morris Mills next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Artist Spotlight.
On the air from coast to coast, Mark Daniels, Artist Spotlight.